Greetings, Internet, and welcome to Aaron Plays, and I hope you're doing fantastically well. This will be episode 9 of my Battle Hymn playthrough of Mission 1 Boomerang. And, wow, the Japanese are a whole new ball game as compared to the Germans. But yes, we are progressing. We are about to start a fourth round since we've been into rounds again. Progress so far, if you haven't watched the previous video, why not? But we have killed or incapacitated 3 Japanese here, and with 1 KIA, but we have lost a Marine. The Spanish Gomez has been taken down. So I'm still got 7 active Marines, and there are currently, I think it's 4 active Japanese. Yeah, because there's 1, oh, we're taking out another Japanese, a KIA there. So there are 4 active Japanese. Currently, I am on, we're recording victory points here, so it's 14 victory points as opposed to 2 lost for Gomez. So I have enough victory points to win the scenario, but I've got to get off the board. And the only way I'm going to get off the board is go through the Japanese. I can exit anywhere from that green number 1 there to that green number 1 there. And the Japanese are right bang in the way. So I've got to go through them. Okay, if you could like the video if you enjoy what I do, and then subscribe if you really enjoy what I do and you haven't done so already. And any comments would be much appreciated, and all will be answered eventually, as long as other things don't get in the way, but they will be answered eventually. So let's press on. We're in round 4. First thing we check for, well, all my guys are now aware. We have a random event. And as a reminder, I use real dice because I find vassal dice, especially when you've got one roll, then another roll directly afterwards, it just seems to make an average. So you get a really low, then a really high, then a really low, and a really high. And when it doesn't do that, it's not the norm. So I've been using real dice ever since I played Ambush Mission 4 multiple times, and the dice kept on messing with me. So anyway, random event. As I say, if you haven't seen the Ambush, go and check them out. I thoroughly enjoyed them, and a lot of people that have been watching them thoroughly enjoyed them too. Anyway, random event is 9 plus 4, which is 13. Or it was when I was at school, which was a long, long time ago. Okay, so that gives me a paragraph number 191. So, and as per normal, I will put the paragraph numbers on here, so if anyone is following the game with their actual game, they know where I'm going to. 191. Okay. So something about 1 US soldier. I'll have to change my reading glasses. Yes, I've got 2 sets of glasses, one for reading the book and one for playing on the computer. 1 US soldier, determined at random, with an in of 3 or less, panics and falls prone. That's not nice. Okay. Wow. Okay. Determined at random. Now I've got 7 soldiers. So I'm going to do in alphabetical order. I roll a d10, and if it comes up as an 8, 9, or 10, I'll re-roll. So it's a 9. It's a 2. Right, so A, B. Oh, that's not good. He panics. He has got an in of 3. It says in or 3 or less. He has got an in of 3 or less. So he panics. So I'm going to place his marker in the panic space. Where is it? That's not good. That's not good at all. Okay. So I better read the rest of the instruction. 1 US soldier determined at random with an in of 3 or less panics and falls prone. So we've got to place a prone marker on it. Okay. Place the soldier's AR mark in the panic space, just done that with the action round track. This soldier will rally only when another soldier enters his hex and spends 1 action. The soldier rallies immediately when the other soldier's action is spent and may perform actions that round if given a turn by a commander. Otherwise, place the soldier's AR marker in the complete space. This event can occur only once per mission. Thank Flip for that. Okay. Ignore references to this paragraph after the first soldier panics this way. Well, that couldn't have come at the best time, could it? Because I was going to use him to keep Dylan with commands to keep firing at that bloody heavy machine gun. I better take a note. That was paragraph 191. No repeat. Okay. That was the random event. Now we roll for initiative. Use the green and the red. Red dice is Japanese. Okay. I roll a 0. They roll a 4, so they've got initiative. Not good. Don't like the Japanese having initiative. Seems darn unfair of them. Okay. So let's have a look where they go with a 4. Mr. Q. Okay. He's going to get 2 actions. That's not good. Mr. W. He only gets 1. Mr. U. He gets 1. And Mr. X. He gets 1. Okay. But Q's the guy with a bloody heavy machine gun. He's got 2 actions. Okay. I rolled 0. So Alan! He's going to get 2 actions. Okay. Clark gets 1. These guys all get 1, and they're potentially panicking. So we'll have to have a look at that in detail. And at least Hibbert's not panicking. Right, okay. So we've got to see how far these are away from someone who's not. Okay. So E, he's here. He's within 2 X of Alan, who's got initiative 4, so he's okay. But C and F, I've moved them out of command. That was silly. Silly. So F panics. Now he'll only go prone at the end of the turn, which is not good. Okay. Yeah, I moved him out of command range. I did mention that in the last video that might be a mistake. Okay. And the other guy was this guy up here. Is it? Yeah. Now he is within 2 hexes of this guy, but he's panicked. Does that mean that he will panic? I better double check. Okay. So it says a US soldier can be either a commander or a private. Yeah, we've got that. A commander has a command radius consisting of the hex he occupies and all the hexes within 2 hexes of the hex he occupies. Okay. So we know that Baldwin is a commander and all hexes within 2 hexes. A commander exerts his initiative rating into all these hexes as long as he's active. And his in ratings added to the in ratings of US soldiers occupying those hexes. So is he active whilst he's in panic? What do they define as active? So I know they give definitions of these very important words, which I can't find now. What is a soldier, active soldier? Active. A soldier on the map is active unless he's incapacitated, killed, or captured. So he's still active and therefore giving his command. I suppose in a way, what it's representing, Davis knows that Baldwin's within command range of him. He doesn't know that Baldwin's actually just shat his pants. So he feels that he is supported and can carry on. So that's good. I'm quite happy with that. The only cock up there, really, I wouldn't say it's a cock up, but is that he's panicked. And therefore I can't shoot at him. Though he could probably shoot at him through 1, 2, 3 hexes. And Hibbert could shoot at him, but we know the Japanese have got the initiative. So the next thing I've got to roll is their actual action number, which is 5. That goes there. So we've got Mr. Q, this dude here, going on a 5, and he's with the heavy machine gun, and he's prone at the present moment. All right, Q. So it says notes for him. Assist JA-26, who is S, is the guy who's now been killed, firing heavy machine gun. If JA-26 is wounded or becomes inactive, JA-27 fires heavy machine gun. On first turn, conduct 815. So I'm always confused. Is that first turn ever? Or is that first turn every round that he gets? I am going to double check that. And I think I've double checked this before, but you know, I'm at that age where everything memory-wise is not perfect. It says when first activated, so he's been activated already. So I just follow the normal little chart that we have on the card. Okay, so it's condition 4, and we've got a 5 for the number. It tells me to go to paragraph 867 for Mr. Q. 867. Okay. So yeah, I know I'll get there. All right, 867. If no active target is in sight, move as quickly as possible. There is an active target in sight. We've still got Davis crouching on the hilltop here. Okay. Fall prone if an active target is in sight. All right. Okay. No, that starts with a no active sight. If an active target is in sight, move as quickly as possible. Fall prone. Well, he's going to abandon the machine gun. That'll be right. 867. 867. Yeah, I'm on the right paragraph. I better change the glasses just in case I'm missing a word. Okay. If no active target in sight, move as quickly as possible. Fall prone if an active target is in sight and freeze. Not right. Okay. Following the second bullet point, if an active target is in sight, move as quickly as possible. Fall prone in the first non-open hex entered, spending a movement point to do so if necessary. If no open hex is entered, fall prone in the last hex. So it looks like he's abandoning the heavy machine gun because he can't carry that on his own. Yeah. It does say assist JA6 firing heavy machine gun. If JA26 is wounded or becomes an active, JA7 fires heavy machine gun. But I'm assuming that's only on instructions when he is instructed to fire. That seems, I don't know. He's assisting. I wonder if that's just on condition 5. I'm going to do something I don't normally do. I'm going to check one of the other things on there. So if we, let's say, if you got 0 to 4, 868. 868. Move as fast as possible. Okay. Looks like 866. Yeah, he's abandoning his position. Okay. I say he can't carry the heavy machine gun because it's too darn heavy. Though he does have a rifle of his own. Okay, so 867. He's in what hex is he in? I8. Well, that saves me a little problem because that's what's. I know I've taken out the main dude, but all right. So for now, he's only got 3 movement points. He's a bit of a slow dude as well. So he's starting in I8 and he goes to J7, which is all right. So he gets his free stance change. It says move as quickly as possible. So he stands up. So he's no longer prone. Okay, and that costs, oh, double check. I think it's 2 movement points. Yeah, it's about 5 days since I've played, so that memory's gone. Boulders. Nope, it's only a point. Okay. Going back over that paragraph of 867. Move as quickly as possible. Fall prone in the first non-open hex. Non-open. Fall prone in the first non-open hex entered, spending a movement point to do so if necessary. Non-open. That's a non-open hex. So he now falls prone in that hex there. Okay. That is totally unexpected. Give that man a round of applause. Okay, so that drops to there. So we've now got Alan. Okay, moving on then. So we've got Alan. What are we going to do with Alan? I think we need to get the guys back under command control. Now he's got 2 actions. So I'm going to move him forward. So I'm going to free stance change. I think the palm trees are also one. I said, yes, it's a few days since I played. Palm trees are 1, unless he's a small vehicle. So he is going to go 1, 2, 3. Now, do I really want to go into that palm tree? Because he's probably going to be... Oh, no, the guy's moved off. He's still got a rifle, though. I've got to move forward. Right, I've been in all those 3. I haven't been in W14, so I'm going to have to check that paragraph. W14. None. I do like the word none. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, wait a minute. No. I've checked it. Bollocks. Just made a mistake there. If I hadn't checked it, I'd have gone back. But I have checked it. Free stance change. I haven't got a free stance change because I stood up. I hope Mr. Prone don't do anything. That's a mistake. Oh, well, if I hadn't checked the paragraph. Okay, so we've got to do these Japanese now in alpha order. So the first one is Mr. Q. That requires a new Japanese activation number, which is 0. Okay. Right, so Mr. Q on 0. Condition 4 does 868. Which we know is a movement. Because I did that when I checked to make sure it felt all okay. So 868. I didn't look at it in detail, so I will now look at it in detail. Okay. Move as fast as possible. So specs is 3 move, but fall prone at the end of the move if free stance change is available and active view soldiers in sight. Okay. So it's slightly different. So he's currently prone. So his free stance change is... I'm going to keep the prone counter there. He's back standing up. Move as fast as possible. 3 movement points, and he's starting in J7. Boom, 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 boom. J7. It says he goes to K7, which is jungle. Jungle, I think that must cost 2 movement points, surely. It is 2. So he's got 1 movement point remaining. And 8, 6, 8. Move as fast, but full prone at the end of the move. If free stance change available, he doesn't have a free stance change available. An active viewer soldier is in sight, but he doesn't have, he's right. All depends where he goes from there. If he goes into anywhere that only costs a movement point, it's fine. But if he tries to go to that jungle just north of there, i.e., there, he ain't got enough movement to do it. So he's in K7. It doesn't go to K6, which unfortunately doesn't have enough movement points, and he can't fall prone because he's already used his free stance. He does have a movement point available though, but now I've got, it does tell me to follow the instructions correctly. So he's got caught up in a vine in that jungle and is struggling a little bit. Okay, I just double check to see if there's anything that says he has a movement point remaining. He will automatically go prone. Couldn't find it. If there is and I missed something, let me know. But that's him complete. All right, next thing out, U V W. Right, so it's Mr. U, who actually does have a name, Ujida. Ujida. Okay, what does he do? Right, action number 0. 0 at condition 4 is it says 862. 862. Bum 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 bum. Oh, quite a long paragraph again. All right. So, if no active target is in sight, move as quickly as possible. Well, there is an active target in sight. Mr. Dumbass Allen, who can't work out how many movement points he's got. 862. No active target in sight, move as quickly as possible. Full pro. If an active target is in sight and this soldier occupies an open hex, move as quickly as possible.
See anything to connect. Check the device you'd like to use. And make
Alexa,
sure
stop. Why does she keep doing that? Right. Okay. So if an active target is in sight and this soldier occupies an open hex, he doesn't. Move as quickly as possible. Fall prone after movement. If an active target is in sight, which he is, and this soldier occupies a non-open hex, which he does, crouch and conduct best fire at easiest target. The easiest target will be Mr. A. Okay. Right, so he's prone. So it's going to cost him a movement point to come out of prone, and he's wounded. So it's going to be a snap fire shot to go into crouch. Let's delete that. Okay. And he fires at Alan. Silly bloody idiot. Next time, count your movement point. Okay. Let me bring up the weapon chart. Combat resolution table. There she is. Now, Soldier U is armed with a rifle. Okay, so it's a bolt action rifle. There we go. And it's 2 hexes, so it's short range. So his basic to hit chance is 5. Okay. His weapon skill is 0, so it stays 5. And now let's bring up the combat modifiers table. Okay. He's using snapfire. He's using snapfire because he's had to do some movement. A non-wounded guy gets a free stance change. A wounded guy does not. So it's -2, so it takes him to 3. He's wounded, takes him to 2. There's no other. His weapon skills worked out as already is 2. And I'm standing up in a palm tree. Target soldier standing. No modifier. So it's a 2. He rolls an 8. Oh, blimey. I should have rolled for jam as well. Roll for his 0-4. He actually jams, so he wouldn't have needed that roll of an 8. Jams on a 5%. He has got a weapon jam. That is good. But he doesn't actually take the shot. All right, let's find a weapon for a bolt action rifle. There we go. And then let's jam it. So next time he needs to take a shot, he will try and fix it. That saved balance. Bacon really did. Right. Mr. Wantabe. That's Mr. W. You and me. He's over here. Right. Bringing his card up. We're on 0, and he's on 863. Okay. Eight, 6, 3. Right. Another long paragraph with options. Right, if no active target in sight, move as quickly. Right, has he got an active target in sight? Let's zoom out just a tad. I'm assuming you can see Davis on the top there, but you never know. Okay, so it crosses that jungle hex. Now, the jungle hex has one blind hex side. So in other words, if he was there, he wouldn't be able to see Davis, and obviously Davis wouldn't be able to see him. However, he isn't. He's there. He can see Davis. So we're on 863. So we can ignore the first paragraph because it says no active sight. If active target is in sight and this soldier occupies an open hex, which he does, move as quickly as possible. Fall prone in the first non-open hex entered, spending a movement point to do so if necessary. If no non-open hex is entered, fall prone in the last hex entered. Right, so he's moving and he has got 4 movement points. Okay, let's see where he moves to, because he is in the open. If you can hear a rattle in the background, that's called washing. Yep, play games and do domestics. This man can multitask. If you can't hear anything, then I've just made a load of actual wasted jibber jabber. So he's starting. All right, let me just zoom back in now. That is H8. So he moves to I8. Ooh, so that will cost him. Now he's doing up an embankment, which is +1, and the boulder as well. So that's 2 movement points. So he's got 2 left. I'll just double check that paragraph 863 because I did read it, but it's a lot to take in. 863. The active target is in sight, and this soldier occupies an open hex, which he did. Move as quickly as possible. Fall prone in the first non-open hex entered. That's the first non-open hex entered. So he falls prone there. See, I knew I was going to need that prone marker for something. Even if it's that thing one. Okay, does it mean he might pick up the machine gun? I don't know if they're that clever. On Derby. And then Mr. X, and I couldn't find a surname with it, with a beginning with X. So that's the Chosifer. Okay, all right. So on condition 3, 4 with a 0, that's 868. Here's the thing that feeling at the present moment, they're getting out of dodge. They're pulling back. 868. Move as fast as possible. Fall prone at the end of the move if free stance change is available and active US soldier is deployed. Okay, so Philosopher's got 4 movement. Okay, I need to find. He's starting in. So free stance. It says move as fast as possible. So he stands up. That's free. So and he's in L9. He goes to M10. Oh, he's moving forward. That costs him a movement point. 8 move as fast as possible. Fall prone at the end of the move if free stance change is available. It won't be. An active US soldier. So he keeps moving. So he's in M10. He's not banzaiing me by himself, is he? M10. He moves to N9. So that's 1, 2, 3 to there. Okay. And then in N9, as he moves to O, N9 moves to O9. I was going to say, right, he hasn't got enough movement points to do that. So he's got 1 movement point left. Fall prone at the end of the move if free stance change, only if a free stance change is available. An active US soldier. There's definitely an active soldier in sight, but he's doing the same as Q over here did. So that's what the instructions say. So he's still trying to work his way through the jungle. Maybe he doesn't want to use his free stance change up next turn. Why am I rationalizing what the Japanese are doing? Because it helps me and keeps me immersed in what I'm actually doing. So that's the Japanese all done. Okay. Right, so we've got Alan, who's standing up like a div. Now we want to also get someone in there because he stays that way until. Okay, so we're going to move Evan, not Evan, is he? He is Evans. Okay, into his hex. So free stance, and 13, 14, 15, 16. I better double check all these. Stop getting carried away. 3, 16. None. U 16. None and none. T15. I can't remember if I've been in that one. So it says event, but we're in round, so we don't roll for the event. So that's only one movement. That's 3. Just yeah, it's got 4 movement points. And he moves then into S16, which we know we don't need to check. Right. I'm just going to recheck that paragraph and see again what now happens to Baldwin. That's 191. 191. So yeah. This soldier will rally only when another soldier enters his hex and spends one action. Okay, he only got one action. Okay, so he enters his hex. I think an order might be coming out from. Hello. So that's Evan done to there. Okay. Now, when Alan gives a command, can he still do a free stance change? That's a good question, isn't it? Remember, I can do my soldiers in any order I want. So I think the next one I'm going to do is Davis. Now, I'm going to have him shoot at this guy because he's the closest. I know his weapon's jammed, but he's the more threat. He's the actually more threat. His weapon's jammed, so at least his next shot, he's going to be fixing his weapon. However, he does have 2 grenades. Yeah, he could decide, you know what, I'm not going to fix my rifle, I'm going to throw a grenade. So we're going to have Davis fire at. He did have his Uchida. Okay. So that shot, he's the one with the Browning. So it's a semi-auto rifle. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Short range. Yeah. Okay, so that is going to be a 5%. A 5, but I've got to check for jam. Okay, 10. We're okay because it's going to be an aim shot, and it's an auto rifle, not semi-auto. It's auto. Okay, so still a 5. Right now, Davis has a weapon skill of 1, so it's 6. Boom, 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 boom. So now he is crouching in a palm tree, which is -2. So that takes it down to a 4. Green dice, Sibley. Okay, he rolls a 4. Okay, so I have no idea what a Browning automatic rifle sounds like. There we go. Is that good enough? Right. And the effect roll, okay, is a 2. That's not great. Automatic rifle with a 2. Oh, it still wounds him. Okay. And 2 wounds. He's incapacitated, the Japanese dude. And that's a 50% chance of consuming ammo. Roll 21. Yep. He's going through ammo. That's his 3rd clip he's used up. He's only got 2 clips left and a grenade, so he's not the most efficient with his weapon. However, he has taken this guy out of the equation. He's now incapacitated. No point keeping the jammed rifle on it now because it's no use to me. I can't fix it. Okay, well done. Oh, that's Davis doing his job. Right, next up, I could use Alan. No, his command range is 2 hexes, not 4. Oh, well, it looks like Boulders is going to stay out of the action for a while. So, okay, let's activate Alan into a crouch, and we'll get him to fire aim shot at Zanabi. Okay, now he's actually armed with this SMG, so this is not going to be a great shot, but it's still a shot. So looking at the weapon table, he's got a submachine gun. What is the range? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 9 hex range. So it looks like a medium range shot. Yes, just. Okay. 5% chance. He's doing a aim shot and rolls 55, so he's okay on that regard. However, so his basic shot is 4. Alan's weapon skill is +1, so that's 5. And this dude is standing in the jungle. It's -2, so it takes that to a 3. Ooh, jungle's quite good in it for defense. Rolled a 4. Alan missed. Darn it. That's Alan done. So we're left with Charlie and Mr. Hibbert. Where? I don't think Charlie is Clark, but where is he? Oh, he's there with Flores. That would have meant, if I looked at that, Flores got an initiative of 2 and Clark's got an initiative of 3. Which would have meant he wouldn't panic. I rolled a 0, didn't I? He doesn't panic because they're stacked together. That is one of the slight disadvantages of this Basil, is that, yeah, there is a way in the program, and I might need to do that just so that you can actually see that there's a stack there. Because they were out of command range because he was there, wasn't he? 1, 2, yeah. So they're out of command range of Alan, but because they're stacked together, they do help each other. So, all right, we hadn't got beyond that point, and they're both only getting 1 action, so nothing broken in that move, as it were. Right. However, that's not going to be the first thing I'm going to do. I am going to move. I'm going to fire Hibbert at Zanabi. Now, he can see. Well, let's see. I'm not sure. I'll have to double check the line of sight. You see, it's crossing the hex with the hut. Now, the actual slopes, as is here, as there's no embankment symbol, it's just it's a gradual slope, so he can see down there. Yeah, I know all you ASL players are going, no, but he can. The line of sight rules in this are different from ASL or squad leader. or just like most other games. But there, yeah, you can see as long as there's no actual embankment along there. So it's the hut. I'm going to have to check the hut rules. It says the hut is smaller than a normal building. Okay, so it says, unlike the printed buildings on the maps, which occupy the entire hex, the hut takes up only a portion of a hex. Okay. Does that mean, and I notice that I've highlighted this in yellow, that there's an errata? Well, let me just double check the errata to make sure. When a hut is hit by a small arms fire, yeah, okay. A soldier prone in a hut can be seen through a doorway. I guess it's right, okay. Doesn't clarify it any further than that. So I'm saying, even if it was a woods hex, there'd still be only one blind hex. So Mr. Hibbert can see Zanabi. Now, Mr. Hibbert is not the greatest shot on the planet. But let's bring it up. So he's armed with a semi-auto. Range of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hexes. So 8 hexes with a semi-auto. Wait a minute. Who just fired beforehand? That was Anna with his submachine gun. I didn't check for his ammunition usage. Better do that first. Okay, 90. So he's okay. He's a little bit more judicious than Davis. Okay. Yes, I'm starting to get to know the dudes. Here they are. Hibbert. Right, so he's doing an aim shot, 5% chance of jamming. He rolls 71, so he's okay. It's a medium range shot. Yeah. So it's a basic of 4. Now Hibbert's got a -1, that's 3. And we know standing up in the jungle is a -2, so it takes it to a 1. No, Mr. Hibbert. An 8 is definitely not going to be good enough. No. And he goes, let's see how his ammunition is. 25% chance of ammunition expenditure. At least he obviously just went one shot and realised he's not going to get. He rolled 33, by the way, so he's okay for ammo. But that's Mr. Hibbert done and dusted. Where is he? There he is. Complete. So that just leaves these two. I think it's time we move over to this X here. So Mr. F, who is Flores, the other Spanish dude. I don't know if the Marines, maybe some of you guys can make a comment, actually had during Second World War Spanish troops. I know there was problem with other colours being in certain units, and they had certain units that did just have like coloured units, but I don't know about the Spanish or Hispanics or the Latins. God, so many different, what's. Anyway, my squad is multiracial. There we go. Fitting in with the modern generation. B14. Shut up, Sibley. That's a none. And that's one movement point. Now, remembering I need a movement point at the end to go into a crouch. So he's free stance, 1, 2, 3 into T13, and then he can go into a crouch. So that's B14, U14. Work all your moves out. It says event, but we know there's no events because we're still in rounds. And then T13 for his third movement point. It says none. And then he goes into a crouch. Okie dokie. That's Flores. Okay, and that leaves Mr. Clark. We know we can't go into the stream. We haven't seen another ford apart from there. So I'd have thought, considering the previous mission I did in ambush, you saw the string, you could see the fort's quite a distance away. So he definitely can't target Mrs. Anibi, so he might as well move. So free stance change. And none of these Japanese have got automatic weapons anymore. We'll go the same route. 1, 2, 3, and crouch. Okay. That will be him done. And Bull, no one's had an action to be able to do anything for Bull. So I'm going to leave on the panic because it says the only way he rallies. It didn't say just because of the end of the turn. So I'm leaving him in panic, ready for next turn, and the event says. So that concludes that round, which will conclude this video. As I say, I'm going to try and make the videos as short as possible, minimum a round, or maximum a round. No, minimum a round and a maximum of a round, unless the round is literally like 3 seconds, which is not likely to be. So, okay, let's go back to the top. Okay, so judging by what I'm seeing, as in there's a lot of movement that gone on to condition 4, it looks like the Japanese are starting to pull out, which suits me, because I've got the only additional victory points I could see then would be that Japanese officer, which is another 4 victory points if I capture him. I've got enough to win the scenario. I'm not that bothered about capturing him. If I can take him out, great. If the Japanese bugger off, great. I'm going to still gradually advance so I can exit the actual board. So I hope you enjoyed that. I did. I haven't played for about 5 or 6 days. Or the previous videos, I know they're coming up regularly. I schedule them in advance because I've been away at a festival, music festival. And I'm back and ready to play. So in actual fact, as soon as I finish this, I know the next recording will go up the day after, but I'm going to carry on the game right now. So again, building up a bit of stock. Yeah, if you can do the like, subscribe, comments, much appreciated. The usual YouTube stuff. Share with people you think might be interested in this. And yeah, if you play this game, let me know what you think. And if I make any obvious rule cock-ups, let me know. All helps. But until next time, play games, have fun. Bye, Internet.